Hello, my name is Ciara Terry. I am a first-year political science major with a minor in math on the pre-law track at Spelman College. In the following video, I'm going to explore the development of suicidal ideation in the Black community and how mass incarceration heightens that ideation. Suicidal ideation is the preceding thought or planning of committing suicide. In the Suicide Among African American Men research journal by Joe, Sean, and Mark Kaplan, they elaborate that the increasement in this ideology is due to the environment and conditions of the Black community. They say some of the prime Americans are best explained from a historical, youth development, and multi-theoretical perspective. The increasing rate of suicide and the growing use of firearms among young African Americans may reflect the fact that urban youth are experiencing a new form of social deprivation. That is, they are growing up in more extreme and concentrated poverty, along with a diminished nurturing role of parents, the church, and other community institutions. When the Kaplan said in reference to Black youth upbringing that they are growing up in poverty and does not have the ability to experience proper nurture from parents or mentorship, this creates the psychological instinct of fight or flight into Black children, where they have to feed and fight for their own lives. This lack of nurtureship and communal financial freedom increases criminal activity in Black communities around the nation, which further traumatizes young Black children, especially Black males, where they are drawn to criminal behavior in the means of survival and is then later a pawn of the carceral system. In correlation to mass incarceration of young Black males and suicidal ideation, the conditions of the prison system increases suicidal ideology due to unhealthy coping mechanisms. In the Suicidal Ideation in the United States Jail, Demographic and Psychiatric article composed by Karen E. Schaffer, Christine Espedo Smithers, June B. Tangney, speaks on the conditions of jail. They also explain further how it's stressful and strenuous to a person's mental health. They say jail conditions are typically noisy, crowded, and poorly ventilated, creating a tense and stressful environment. Hours of unstructured time and victimization by other inmates also foster an unsupportive environment. Additionally, isolation in the form of both segregation and disrupted interpersonal attachment can exacerbate the stress of the crisis of incarceration. Schaefer et al., Suicidal Ideation in United States Demographic and Psychiatric. This environment is not ideal for the continuation of healthy coping mechanisms or the continuation of a strong mental awareness. Some of the conditions, such as prison being noisy, crowded, or even the elaboration of the social behavior of other inmates, make it difficult for one to maintain a strong awareness or a decreasement in suicidal thoughts. The biggest contributor to the increasement in suicidal ideation is a bias in disciplinary procedures towards Black males from prison guards and wardens, which leads to the Black males being isolated and being in solitary confinement. When prison guards particularly wield their power to discipline inmates, it is usually against predominantly Black males, in which they discipline to a further extent than whites and Latinos. In the Race, Prison, Discipline, and the Law by Audrey Armstrong, she asserts that guards that use racial bias and stereotype prisoners for their own personal gain and pleasure. Their bias impedes their judgment, where they are no longer able to implement logical punishments or citations to Black males. This type of treatment from prison guards and prison officials that is only enacted upon Black males creates a sense of isolation and hopelessness of survival in the Black population in prison. These feelings of being discriminated against, targeted, and abused increases the ideology of suicide. In conclusion, suicidal ideology is something that is not solely developed with the conditions of incarceration for young Black males. It is their community, their home life, and the constant feeling of being isolated and not nurtured by society. Suicidal ideation is heightened throughout imprisonment due to the poor conditions of the actual structure of the carceral system and the persons who wield the power against inmates.